it comes to LA1, the reason I attached this is because on LA1, page 1 of my annexures, where Director Malachi says, please get Phiri to run with the process and let's monitor the progress. So I'm indicating that he knew that I have authority. So in essence, what I'm saying is I derive that authority because there are many instances where this is where I'm referred to take care of the problem. So this was just one to show you that if a building is not guarded, and the management of that building says it must be guarded at that time, at IDPs or whatever, I had to make sure that there is security guards, either way on ad hoc services or on my own discretion, taking guards somewhere, putting them there. So I had that right. I could take guards from Tshwane Market, put them in Mabopane at that moment.
Sorry to interrupt you. I accept that. Yes. The only proposition which I think I have accepted your answer is to at least agree. I understand the further explanation, but for now, the question was really confined to that document that it related to a specific event. That's all I was saying to you.
I accept that, Advocate, yes. But I must say to you, Commissioners, had I known that this letter will not suffice, I would have extracted other emails that shows given to me. This was just to indicate that I did not act. I was not a rogue inspector. As to be seen, I was following instructions.
Let's move to page statement. It's annexure LA05.
18.
Yes.
File?
First file, file 1.
File 1, yes. Page 18.
1A. Now, you will remember while having a discussion with Commissioner, you were asked about letters relating to Tlaperkop pump station. And part of the discussion, at least in this email, we see that Goobies copied on that email. You said that as this email
Leaving my other duties, delegating them to another colleague of mine to say, please take care of my regions and stuff and my meetings, reschedule some of my meetings. And now I'm going to see what is happening. So they come in as they come to say, Mr. Phiri, because I've already given an instruction,
Yes.
now I must execute.
Understand. Thank you.
Mr. P, maybe to piggyback on that question, you will see that at page 7 of file 1, and then what is then referred to by Herman Sokolela is what is called an updated list, which then appears on page 8.
Yes.
Now, when you look at that list and then you compare it with maybe go to file number 4 on page 153. 153, yes, of file 4.
One, 153.
153, yes, file 4.
One, 154.
153,
3.
file 4, and then 153.
Yeah, I have 153 and 154 in front of me.
Yes, so on 153, what you must see is a document that says a summary of sites allocated to Gubis by Mr. Phiri. Is that the one you have?
Summary of sites allocated to Gubis 85 by Mr. Phiri.
Yes. Now, this document, it's populated from the letters that you signed.
Yes.
Yes. And really the part of the question that Commissioner Baloyi was asking you was that, at the very least, accepting that, even if for a moment, that Herman Sekgolela had the authority to dictate to you, as you put in your statement, who to allocate and which sites in question. The question really, at the heart of it, is that on page 8, you have 19 sites that are identified. And then on your letters, on the summary of what we have here, you have 38 sites. It's actually 40, but I've subtracted 2, which belongs to Dr. Madihlabe. So with yourself, it's 38. And what we're trying to reconcile is that where did you obtain the instruction to allocate the difference?
Just the last question so that I can give you a proper answer.
Yes, you have on page 8 what you referred us to is a list of sites, which is a total of 19 sites. But when you look at page 153, you have a total of 38 sites. So
Yes.
There's a whole difference of sites that don't accord to what you are telling us in terms of your email. So the question I'm asking you is that, how do you account for the remainder of the sites for a moment?
Okay. Remember the questions that were sent to me is authority, instruction, process, and generation and paying of POs. Now, I had to prove, commissioners, that I had authority from Director Malaji. I got an instruction from Director Malaji. Water and sanitation got their own people to work. I'm not responsible for, I'm answering those questions. But should have the question came and said, we need evidence to show that Mr. Sekgolela is sending you this list, and then I would have put the emails to show that I did not just go and identify site. He identifies sites, he allocates goobies, and then mine is to go. There are emails to that effect. I am not just going around doing, even there are emails where he says, I have seen that I'm done maybe in Waverley. Please redeploy these guards to Sunderland Ridge. Because now he is in control. He's telling us where his problems are. And then we are going where he tells us. I don't identify these sites. He identifies them, but the question from the commission did not say, Phiri, show us how did you arrive at 38. I would have showed you that as much as I've given you the updated site, I would have shown you that the updated site also comes with new sites.
Mr. Musigiri, perhaps in the interest of time, let's resolve this by affording Major Phiri an opportunity to supplement on this point.
Chair, I'm happy to do that, but the question still remains, and it's not really what was sent to him. The question remains is that the letters that he sent, and that's what he must answer to. This is what is before the commission.
That's pretty clear that it has only the number that you referred to, which is much lesser than or fewer than what you referred to later, and I don't think that will change in the interest of time. I think you've made your point. You've made your point with regard to that, and then that's what Major Phiri says he would have addressed had his mind been directed to that specifically. And it's on that I think, in fairness, we should afford him an opportunity to supplement. You are free to respond to me.
Yes, Chair. I take heed to that, Chair. I'll take the answer as it is, that at least for now, there's no account, even if we were to accept that he had authority from either Herman or Malachi, there is still a deficit of at least 50% of the letters that he can account for.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Mr. Phiri?
Major Phiri, you say, had your mind been directed to this issue, you would have been able to address it. So I afford the opportunity to supplement your statement by addressing this issue.
Definitely, Commissioner.
By when do you think you can file a supplementary statement?
First, I have to request Director Denis Minar to access. I have my laptop, but I have to access a municipal building, and then that I cannot say by Friday.
Do you first? Okay.
But the commission can give me a deadline. But I think by Wednesday, because I will definitely send them the request and the update.
Must I say Wednesday or Friday? What should I give you?
Wednesday.
Wednesday is fine.
Yes, Wednesday.
All right, then you are directed to file that.
Yes, I will work it over the weekend, and then I will send them. Yes.
To file it by Wednesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes, Mr. Musigiri. Mr. Musigiri, I hope you don't feel that I curtailed your cross-examination on this. Because as I say, I think you've made your point, and we understand it perfectly.
No, Chair, I accept that, Chair.
Thank you.
I'll move on from, well,
Thank you.
I'm still on the same point, but at least on a
right.
different angle, Chair.
All right.
Yes. Mr. Phiri, you testified that when you received, so the question is, when you received the instruction, finally, on the on the 10th of January, that will be the email on page 1, LA01, from Mr. Herman Sakulela. Page 1, file 1.
Page 1.
Yes, so you go to your first file, then it refers to your annexure L01 on page 1.
L01.
Yes.
Yes.
You see that On top there is an email from Herman.
Page 1,
Yes.
from Herman.
Yes.
On
So what's
page
your
1
annex
is,
just
is
LA01?
Chukudu Malachi on page 1.
Yes, no, go to the very top of the email. You
Yes.
see that?
Yeah,
Now, that's an email addressed to you.
yes.
Yes. And that is the email that gives you the go-ahead. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So the question is that, how many sites did you then visit on the day?
On the day.
Yes.
There are no sites attached here on the 10th.
Yes.
Let me see this sites.
Remember your testimony is this, Mr. Phiri. Let me assist you. You say that finally you received the final go-ahead on the 10th,
Yes,
having taken into account all these developments between Mr. Hellman, Mr. Malachi,
yes,
and you say on the 10th is what triggered you to start doing your job. And then obviously on the 14th you signed those letters. So the question is that, how many areas did you visit?
if you take out number 7 and number 10, because they are already done, and it's 19 sites. Or you take out number 1 also, it's 16. Moreleta, Grasfontein, Grootfontein, Karina, Ilados Park, Mokelneck. Oh, it's 15. You must take out number 19, Royval Bell Presser. It is already in force. He is not aware. I'm aware because it's the one that I'm taking, it started in May. So it's 15. So if I read you this, it's in Region 6. The reservoirs and Glenway, I see there's Glenway Estate Feeder. They are in Region 6. That is your Mamelodi up until Grasfontein. It takes me 4 hours to visit all of those sites. You take Rayton Reservoir and Refilwe. It is already, I know these 2 sites. This is what I'm talking about, that I've been to these sites before he can send me this. Because these sites, when he sends them, I realize that he is not aware. But I say to him, let me go to Rayton and Refilwe and satisfy myself. But I know them. I go there, it's in Region 5. When I'm finished with Mamelodi, I just drive up around, I think it's 15 kilometers. It is not exactly in that area. It's on the road going to Moloto. When you move from Glenway, I think it's just 5 kilometers in the bush. I just go there and I see the sites. But these are new sites. I've been there before. And it was in December, I think 2023. And then I go there. And then it says Florona LL Reservoir Pump Station. It's in Pretoria North. So already now...
Perhaps to deal with this more quickly, did you do all of this in one day or not?
Yes, I did.
And what was the day or date?
I think it was, he sent me this on the 10th. I think I either went, if I can see the email, I either went, I started on this day. Because remember now, commissioners.
Now, when you say you started, because you just said you did all of them in one day, when you say started, are you suggesting that you started and did not finish, or you started and finished on the
I started
same
and
day?
finished.
All right.
Because I'm on standby.
Okay,
I'm paid.
can you tell what date it was?
I believe I started on the same day.
On the same day.
Yeah, on the 10th.
Yes.
It must be just after 12.
All right, thank you. I think that's what you wanted to establish, Mr. Musigiri, not so much the order in which he did this and the time he took. Does that answer your question?
It does, Chairperson, answer the question. It just still begs the other question as to how many sites did he visit? Because the letters that were produced, according to our records at least.
I think he did answer that. He said, taking out this and that site, then it's this total. I think he did answer that. Unless you want him to just give you that total again.
Yes, that will assist me for my notes.
Yes.
Okay. You take out number 1, and you take out number 3 and 4. It's 3 now. You take out number 7.